All right, the goal is today to find some bluegill in the shallows, at least see what stage they're in, and hopefully find some big ones. Don't know how it's gonna go because it is super windy today, but we're gonna go up there and try to do some sight fishing and see what's going on out there. See you on the water. Look at the size of these gills. Unbelievable. Look at that. You know, we don't have really awesome conditions right now. It just goes to show you to get out there and do it. It's super windy. We've got really thick overcast now, little wax of blue sky in there, which is not good conditions for sight fishing, but you can tuck into some of these calm areas and still find some fish. Look at that guy. Look at that. These gills are awesome. I'm gonna keep a few for a fish fry. Again, just like everything else, be selective. Don't keep them all. Just keep a handful for a meal and let the rest go. But look at that. Are they beautiful or what? It's exciting. That's what we're talking about, baby. Some of these fish are just tanks. God, I love bluegill fishing. Look at that fish. Absolutely beautiful fish. So what we're doing is, I'm just putting the trolling motor down and we're just really slowly going through this calm water, and we're finding fish as the day progresses. The temperature warms up and I'm finding schools of fish that are just cruising, and that's why, you know, sometimes you'll go several minutes without getting a bite and all of a sudden you start catching the heck out of them. Well, that's because these pods of fish are moving around. Got Fido don't like me here, but and then some of the fish are just starting to get up on beds, and water temp is 70 with bluegill. That's kind of the key water temp for me that I find is 70. Once you find 70 degrees, just start hitting the the calm shallows. Like I said, right now, the other end of the lake, we got white caps. It's super windy. We got a lot of overcast. It's not like perfect conditions, but you can still get out there and find a few fish. Look at that, beautiful. All right, we're gonna go cruise around and check some other spots, go up in some little shallow spots. Another thing you wanna really look for is sandy bottoms, more of hard bottoms. You can find these places that transition into kind of like into mud and these little sand patches where it's a little gravelly, and that's where the fish like to go and hang out. It's pre-spawn. Some of the, like I said, some of the fish are on beds now and some are just cruising coming up. Again, the key water temp for me with bluegills is 70 degrees. And electronics, you know, your lake chip, but just something with a water temp gauge on it. And you can see right now I'm at 68.4, so we're right at that cusp of hitting that 70 degrees. I'll probably be able to bebop around and find some 70, maybe some 72 degree water today. We had a big cold front come through. Tomorrow it's only supposed to be in the 40s. It's been in the 80s, so again, not ideal conditions, but it just goes to show you, if you're persistent and you bebop around and you stay with it, you can put something together. We're gonna go check some other spots. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at these gills, man. Is that beautiful or what? We just found another patch all the way on the other side of the lake. And like I said, I'm pretty limited to where I can go with the wind as bad as it is today, but just goes to show you, you just gotta look. Put your glasses on and go real slow. And I mean, they're really super small pods of fish, but look at how beautiful they are. Gosh, they're just amazing. All right, this is a great example right here of a little sandy spot inside of this curly leaf where these fish come out of. And you can see these are all beds. See that? You can see all the sand and gravel in there. That's what you're looking for. Now this is a pod of bluegill beds. And some of the fish are sitting, some aren't. And like I said, you can kind of go up in these shallows and just cruise around and you'll find pods of fish that are coming up looking for these areas. And when you can find them pods of fish, you got to fan cast a lot and stay on them, but it can make for some great fishing. But this is really cool. Just wanted to show you guys what a sweet little pod of bluegill beds looks like. We are going to keep bebopping around and look for another little patch. All right, I have to retie here. My jig's getting pretty beat up, and I just wanted to show you what I'm using. You guys see me use plastics a lot, but I've really come to like these little feather jigs. They seem to last a lot longer. You get in these really aggressive fish, you're not constantly changing plastics, but it doesn't matter, any little feather jigs, little hair jigs, they're super durable. And all I'm using is I've got a little float, and I'm fishing fairly shallow. And you know, the jig under the float, these fish are aggressive. Fish would rather come up than go down, but you just got to kind of play with your depths. And but yeah, I'm just gonna get one of these little jigs retied on and keep hitting her. So another thing with these gills is don't be afraid to try different stuff. I can sit here for 15 minutes and not catch a fish, and then I'll start fishing really aggressive, just constantly twitching and jerking that bait, and all of a sudden you trigger a bunch of strikes and you'll start catching fish. So I know they're bluegill, and sometimes even with bluegill there's more to it than just throwing it out. So don't be afraid to try different things and be more aggressive, and you'll catch a lot more fish that way, instead of just going, well, okay, they're not biting here. But really play with them, and you can really put together some patterns and catch a lot more fish. Another beauty. All right, so the fish are being stubborn, which they'll do in this super clear water. You know, you mess with them a bunch and they get kind of hip to your game, especially using a cork. They get that surface disturbance, they know better. So I'm switching to a different rod, no cork, with just a little plastic that's gonna fall real slow, and we're gonna see if we can entice some of these bigger finicky fish to hit. Well, I think I'm gonna go check one more spot, see what it's like over there, and man, what a day. What an absolute awesome day, but we'll see you over there. Look at these guys. Look at that. You guys, you gotta just love bluegill fishing. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Look at that thing. Wow. Look at the size of that gill. Unbelievable. Again, I'm just tooling around. Gotta love sight fishing in the spring when the water's clear. Look at that. Oh, that is a tank. Look at these gills. Look at that. Just tanks. Little recap for the day. It's late May. Water temps are right around that 70-degree mark. You got to get up shallow, start motoring around in some of the calm, clear water, and just go real slow and sight fish them. It's pre-spawn, spawn. Some fish are just in schools cruising, and some are sitting on beds. It's super awesome time of year to catch a bunch of big hogs. And the biggest thing I can say to help this resource is to just not keep your limit every time. Just keep a handful for a meal, and that's all you need, and let the rest go, and you'll be able to enjoy them year after year. Look at that. I think we're gonna fish a little bit longer, and then we're gonna head home and clean some fish and have a fish fry. God, I love it. Ah, dug, 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 dug. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching, and if you would, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and I'll see you on the next one.
You're stupid.
Stupid. Love it. Oh, stupid.
Yeah, just go.
Oh my God.
And have. I think we're gonna. Man, are you kidding me?